if you want to get in contact with me, the best way to do it is on Instagram. If you just want to say what up, if you want to tell me you love my videos, if you want to tell me you hate my videos, the best way to do it is on Instagram. Peace, y'all. Jonny Fastlane here. So, 50 Cent sends a message to Lloyd Banks, Tony Yayo, and Young Buck. And the New York councilwoman wants to wage a war on hip-hop. Plus, Kooda B says he ain't shoot at Chief Keef. Let's talk hip-hop. Alright, so 50 Cent posts up this picture, right? And he says some people aren't built to make it. Their habits and their instincts will pull them right back to the struggle. You put them on, they fuck up the package, right? And then he says 50 Cent, right? So that's kind of cryptic. We don't know who he's talking about. We don't know where this is coming from. But then he follows that up with another statement, right? And basically says that the rest of G-Unit, right? And he's talking about Young Buck, Tony Yayo, and Lloyd Banks have only performed 5 times without 50 Cent there, right? And if the whole G-Unit's gonna perform, basically they need 50 Cent to be around and to motivate him and to bring everybody together and be like, come on guys, let's get the band back together. Come on guys, let's perform. And 50 Cent is basically saying that what kind of grown ass man who is about his money waits for another grown ass man to tell him, come on, nudge nudge, come make your money, when you have Tony Yayo, Lloyd Banks, and Young Buck who could have went out there together and did a bunch of shows. They could have toured together and did a bunch of shit without 50 Cent and still made their tour money and made their bag, because G-Unit, even without 50 Cent, has a lot of dope music, right? So that's like Dipset, right? That's like Jim Jones, Jules Santana, and Freaky Zeke waiting around for Cameron to do something before they end up doing anything, right? There were people commenting on 50 Cent's post. Some people were like, yo, you foul, you fucked up for talking about the rest of G-Unit like that. Other people were like, yo, you just lost a follower. Somebody even said, yo, Lloyd Banks could have went super far, right? And then 50 Cent comments on there and he's like, yeah, okay, but y'all don't know him like I know him, and Lloyd Banks is doing what he does best right now, right? And I thought about it and I said, well, Lloyd Banks ain't doing nothing. Like, what do you mean he's doing what he does best right now? And I guess 50 Cent is trying to say Lloyd Banks does nothing the best, right? So, he's trying to throw shots at all these niggas, right? Which is crazy because Tony Yayo just performed with 50 Cent 4 or 5 days ago in Brooklyn. So I don't know, man. But 50 Cent is like that, yo. He's like that one friend that he loves you, right? And you love him, but he's like that one friend that will just get on you and diss you and just rag on you and be like, yo, dirty. He'll just joke on you and clown on you so bad that he would get you mad enough to want to fight that nigga. But he's your friend, And then why you always gotta fight with your friend, right? And I feel like that's why like Lloyd Banks isn't really like around that much. I feel like that's why Young Buck released that diss track on 50 Cent, because these dudes love 50, but at the same time they are sick and tired of his bullying, maybe? They're sick and tired of his shit. I mean, 50 Cent, he's not a bully. I wouldn't say he's a bully, but he's a troll, and he trolls everybody, right? People on the internet, Wendy Williams. If you put a comment, a random stranger, if you put a comment on his shit and he feels like he wants to troll you, he'll troll you. So of course the people that are closest to him, his niggas, his homeboys, his brothers, yeah, they're gonna get the brunt of the trolling, right? And some niggas ain't all about that play shit. Where 50 Cent has a dope ass sense of humor and he's down to play around with you, Lloyd Banks is not, right? Lloyd Banks will fucking stab your ass if you get that nigga upset, right? So I feel like Lloyd Banks is like, I love 50, but I'm gonna stay away from him right now. But that's what 50 does. He talks shit about everybody, including his own people. Let me know what y'all think about this in the comments down below. Alright, Joe, so this is like crazy because it seems like, and it's not a bunch of people. It's not, the government of New York. It's just like this one councilwoman, Inez Barron, or Barron, and she is like basically trying to wage a war on hip hop, right? And this shit is crazy because, first of all, if you're gonna go to war, you need to know about your enemy, because while you're trying to fight your enemy and defeat him this way, You don't know all your enemy's powers, and he gonna come from that way and knock your ass upside the head, right? So this is an old ass, crusty, dusty ass woman who thinks that she could change whatever's going on in hip hop or the landscape of the world, right? First of all, hip hop is the biggest genre in music, period, right? And I guess maybe this woman must have put on the radio in the car or something like that and heard some rappers rapping or whatever like that and was offended by their music, right? So she's proposing to the New York legislators that hip hop music or rap music that is deemed I would say profane, should not be played on the radio between the hours of 6 a.m. and 10 p.m., right? So all damn day, really. So the only time that she wants hip hop to be played on the radio is at nighttime, between the hours of 10 p.m. and 6 o'clock in the morning, right? Which is crazy. First of all, the record labels wouldn't go for that at all because the hot 8 at 8 and the top 5 at 4, those are primetime slots, and the Baby and Meg the Stallion and Lil Nas X, they need to be played during that time, right? That's one thing, right? Because those record labels need to make money. Two, what's deemed, profanity to you, right? So whereas I might think that, when ASAP Ferg says suck a nigga dick or something, that's funny to me, but you might think it's profanity. So where do we draw the line? Thirdly, during the day and even at nighttime on the radio, the FCC, they have rules to stop, profanity and curse words and everything like that. That's why there's called a radio edit, right? I don't know. Fourth of all, this old ass lady must be living in the 1980s or the early 90s or something, because who the fuck even listens to the radio anymore anyway, right? Like adults, like maybe your mom listens to the radio, maybe your grandmother listens to the radio, right? When she's in the shower, or your old ass dad that be still wearing them big ass baggy pants from 1993, maybe he listens to the radio while he's driving you to school, but that's him, right? He's not a child, so profanity wouldn't affect him, right? Kids, 15-year-olds, 20-year-olds, 25-year-olds usually have some kind of subscription to Tidal or Spotify or Apple Music or iTunes before, they shut that down. Really, nowadays, people really stream music and videos and stuff on YouTube. NBA YoungBoy is the most played artist on YouTube, right? So Soulja Boy, when he first came out, didn't depend on radio play to become big. Soulja Boy got big off of YouTube, right? 6ix9ine, everybody hates 6ix9ine and banned him from a bunch of radio stations. 6ix9ine couldn't even fucking really perform, but Instagram is how people was fucking with 6ix9ine. Are you gonna shut down Instagram, Councilwoman Barron? Are you gonna, cut the internet off for everybody, period? It doesn't even, are you gonna stop everybody's subscriptions to their music streaming platforms? Like, you sound like a whole dumbass dinosaur who doesn't even know what's really going on in media, social media, hip hop, or anything. You talking about, they shouldn't play rap music between the hours of 6 a.m. to 10 p.m. That will stop absolutely nothing. Dumbass, you know what I'm saying? Whatever. Let me know what y'all think about this in the comments down below. Alright, so a lot of things have been going on with the 6ix9ine case, this racketeering case. You got some people that are just pleading guilty, right? Because they're scared of getting like football numbers. When you're talking to a young kid, or not a kid, but a young man, and he's, let's say, 22 years old, and you threaten him and tell him that he's going to get 40-something years in prison when he's not even 40-something years old, that sounds like infinity in prison, right? So a lot of these dudes will say, oh yeah, I did this, I did that, I did the other thing, right? And so that's more of the same when it comes to 6ix9ine, right? Because 6ix9ine got scared. Instead of taking it to trial and saying, no, hell no, I'm not guilty, he decided to admit to a lot of crimes he was doing, right? And then people say, oh, 6ix9ine's not really snitching, right? Because when you look at the paperwork, when you really look at the paperwork, it doesn't say that 6ix9ine really said anybody's name. Not only that, but 6ix9ine started, hanging out with 9 Trey back in 2017, And these niggas have been active for 10, 15 years before 6ix9ine even came down with them, right? So 6ix9ine's not gonna know everything that Shoddy was doing and everything that Mel Murder was doing and everything that Ish and Crippy and Fubanger was doing, right? The only thing that 6ix9ine can really speak to is the stuff that he saw them doing, and a lot of times the stuff he saw them doing were things that he asked them or paid them to do for him, right? So a lot of people are saying that 6ix9ine is not snitching, but 6ix9ine did snitch. He did say that Shoddy robbed Slumlord Drizzy. He said it in the paperwork. He said Shoddy robbed Slumlord Drizzy for me. I paid him to do it, right? So he's admitting that he did a crime by saying that he paid somebody to do a crime for him, but he also then named the person that he paid and the amount of money that he gave him. So he's telling on himself, which is confessing, which is not considered snitching. Confessing is not snitching if I'm telling on myself, but if I'm also saying, but I gave Shoddy some money to do some shit for me, I'm also telling on Shoddy, right? He didn't tell on Fubanger or anybody like that. And I heard it through the grapevine that Shoddy was the one that's telling on Fubanger. But 6ix9ine did, in fact, also tell on Kooda B. And basically 6ix9ine said, I paid Kooda B $10,000 to shoot at Chief Keef, and he went and did it, right? But Kooda B is saying, yeah, 6ix9ine did pay me some money to shoot at Chief Keef, but I'm not dumb. I ain't shoot at Chief Keef. I'm not the nigga that did it. I called up my homeboy and I had that nigga shoot at Chief Keef. It's not an attempted murder. We wasn't trying to put anybody in jeopardy. We wasn't trying to hurt nobody. We was just trying to send a warning. We was trying to really let Chief Keef know that we about that shit in Brooklyn, right? We want to let Chief Keef know not to be talking shit about 6ix9ine. So, you know, he steps out of his hotel room, a couple shots go up in the air, they duck, they looking around. Oh my God, them non-trade niggas, them Trey white niggas really about it, and that's it. They wanted to send Chief Keef a warning, right? This is according to Kooda B, right? Kooda B is like, bro, I didn't shoot at Chief Keef. I wasn't trying to get the nigga, and we was just sending him a warning anyway, right? But here's the thing. Now would y'all say that Kooda B is telling on 6ix9ine now? Because Kooda B is like, hell no, 6ix9ine, yeah, he gave me the money. Well, no, because 6ix9ine already admitted it. So I'm not going to say that Kooda B is sitting here telling, right, on 6ix9ine. And then also, according to the paperwork and according to what's going on right now in the court documents, Kooda B did not name the person that he says he paid to shoot at Chief Keef, right? Or that he gave the money that 6ix9ine gave him so that that person could shoot at Chief Keef. Which, at the end of the day, maybe Kooda B really didn't have another person that he gave the money to, but Kooda B is just trying to save his ass now and say, listen, it wasn't even that serious. We was just trying to send a warning to the nigga or scare him on some funny hip-hop shit. It wasn't really on no, we really want to see Chief Keef dead type shit, right? Which, you know, let's see what the judge says about that. You know what I mean? But this whole Treyway, non-Trey situation is sad, and everybody started telling each other, and that's sad too. And it's just like a whole fucking crazy ass mess, the way that this whole shit went down. But, hey, what can you do, right? Let me know what y'all think about this in the comments down below. Don't forget to like, comment, share, subscribe. Make sure y'all follow me at Jonny Fastlane on Instagram. Make sure you hit that notification bell, and y'all already know what to do. Peace.